Hello, welcome to the 3 Minutes with Dev MCUG, where we strictly talk about music journalism. Today we are focusing on how the African music sound has been appreciated by the Western world. Now, African music sound was originally composed of African traditional music instruments, such as xylophones, abaganda gebaita amadinda, arched harps, zebaita adungu, drums, long drums, and the related African music instruments. When you talk about the original African sound, you cannot fail to mention names like Chaka Chaka, Miriam Makeba, Awilo Longoma, our own Lord Fred Sebata, the likes of Kafero, rest in peace. And this sound was originally associated with things like primitivity, inferiority, negativity, and all sorts of shade by the Western culture. But in 2021, the narrative has changed. The Western culture and its stakeholders have done a lot of the computer doctored sound, the likes of auto-tuning and all that by their software using their computers. And after doing it all, they are looking for this particular new invasion, this particular new sound, this particular new kind of music they can bring on board for creativity and for purposes of being relevant. And guess what? It is only the African sound that is surfacing for their need to satisfy what they want. The fact that this kind of sound comes from our very own musical instruments that are home, it simply means that we have a sense of belonging to this particular sound. But the question is, how ready are we to hold this kind of sense of belonging to our sound without it being taken away from us? I want to remind you that Africa has some of the best agricultural products, things like coffee. However, this coffee is exported to the Western countries at a low price simply because we don't have enough processing machines to process it into its finest products, such as coffee or the coffee that you drink in your tea. So we export this coffee on a low price to these countries, and they further return it and we import it in our very own homes as expensive coffee for our tea. Now, this same narrative is very possible in this sound or in this music sound that is ours. How is it possible? It is possible that we as Africans have our own sound, but then we don't have enough of the equipment to fine-tune it into the final music sound. So it's possible that the Western world will still come to our homeland, pick the sound, take it to their homes, and we go, or our artists go to their homes to record for better output. If not that, they can as well take away the producers who are African, they take them to their world, and then do the beats and all the sound from their homes, and then import it back in our country at an expensive price. How do we import it back? Artists will go to the Western countries, record the songs from there in the very expensive studios with better equipment, and return to our homes after incurring that much cost in the Western culture. Now, that is what I call we losing the sense of belonging to our own sound. Bottom line is, as much as we have all these good original music instruments that are actually traditional in our cultures, it is also prudent and wise enough for us to think about having also better equipment that can process this sound into the final output of the music that the people have to listen to. By doing this, we shall avoid our producers being exported or taken into those Western countries to do production. We shall also avoid our sound being taken that side to do better production and mastering, and later on return to our home countries at an expensive price. So I think as Africans, we do not only need to have our sound being kept here, but also find better means of having it being mastered very well from here, being done very well from here, being produced by our very own producers from our homeland. By doing that, we shall actually influence the Western culture or the Western people to come to our countries and do the songs from here, pick the inspiration from here, and generally put our sound up there at the 100 degrees, a point of being exposed to the whole world. Thank you so much for being a part of the 3 Minutes with Dev MCUG, where we strictly talk about music journalism. Happy day.